What's up, everybody? We're in the machine shop today to try and make up a boulder. I just finished my warm-ups, so we're going to try to make something up using what we've learned in this Boulder Builder course. Now, first off, my objective today is going to be to move from small boxes and fiddly sequences into more big, powerful compression, which you've already heard is what I really like. And I've been exploring this idea of moving from small boxes into bigger, wider boxes. So we're going to play around with that a little bit today. Now, my spark for today, my inspiration is going to be, I want to try and use some holds that don't really get that much love. So let's take a look at what we got. Okay, so the first thing that caught my eye here are these two holds. They don't get a lot of love. They're both okay holds, and because they're down near the kick and they're pretty good, they end up getting avoided whenever people are trying to make something hard. So right now, this is my little fiddly move I want to play with, and then I want to explode out of there. Okay, so first things first, I'm just going to check out how that move feels, and then we can kind of build a plan from there. Okay, so quite cool move. I'm looking for more like project level today. So for me, this move is a little too easy done that way. In that case, I've got a few options. I'm gonna try it without the kick in, and I'm gonna try not using this big giant jug here. Instead, I've got a bunch of options here I can play with. So let's see if I can get the kick out of play and if I can find a starting hold that'll make these positions a little tougher. All right, so I'm gonna try this matchbox hold here. And I've got some bad feet up here on my wall, so I'm gonna try these and see how this goes. All right, so definitely doable. And that's putting my feet exactly where I want them. So I'm gonna switch that up, and I'm gonna change direction with my feet and put my foot somewhere that's a little harder for me, where I really have to turn my hip out and get bunched up. I'm staying in my comfortable box there. Remember, I want to get in that bunched up box. So if I've started here, rather than using this foot, which was my obvious choice, one of these, maybe I'm going to end up with a really bad foot over here. Further left, under me, crunched up a little more. Much harder, much cooler. It forces me to really jump into that undercling. I kind of like the idea of exploding out of these two to something big and up left. And by big, I don't necessarily mean really good. It could be a severe hold. I just want a big target exploding out of that little box. And we'll see how that goes. Right now, I'm thinking about this pinch. It's a big target, but a pretty severe hold. Not an easy one to use. And then I've got this foot, which was my starting hold, and we'll see how I'm able to use that or not. Okay, hard. But obviously I did it on my first try. It's probably not going to be project level. The hold is bad, but I want something a little further away. Just for the sake of really having to explode out of there. So maybe this big, so ill grip that's pretty bad from this angle. Ugh. Okay, big move. My question now is, if you were able to see from that angle, I'm kind of posting up on the kick in order to get into position. So I can take the kick entirely out of play. I'm just smearing on the wood, But like we've talked about in this course, I can create a rule that says no touching the kick at all. You have to explode out of that position without smearing and posting on the kick in order to get set up on these two to make that move easier. Because for me, that was definitely more how I want to do the move because it's what I'm better at. Moving through that momentum, like I mentioned before, felt really hard to me, and I want to try to find that path. So for now, I'm going to consider that rule, and I'm going to try the move without the kick at all. Rah! Much better, very hard. Right now, this move feels out of control for me. I just happen to have a big target. For the moment, I'm gonna stick with that. And I'm gonna see where we're going next. So remember, I have this foot. We're gonna try to come up with where we're going next, and then maybe I'll come back and revisit whether I actually like this hold for this move or not.
I'ma run this set. Yeah, I'ma run this set. I'ma run this set, and I'ma run it 100 so you never forget.